In the land where the sun rises first, Japan's story is one of change and growth. It's a land full of history, where old traditions mix with new technology. This story didn't happen quickly, it's a long tale of challenges and successes. Around 40,000 years ago, the first people arrived in Japan from mainland Asia, bringing with them the beginnings of civilization. Over time, small groups of people formed into larger kingdoms. By the 3rd century AD, the Yamato region had become a powerful area, ruled by an emperor whose family line would continue for centuries. In 552 AD, new ideas arrived from Korea: Buddhism. This religion mixed with Japan's own beliefs and changed its spiritual life. Later, in 645 AD, Japan tried to modernize its government using ideas from China. In 794, Emperor Kama moved the capital to Kyoto, starting the Heian period. For almost 400 years, Kyoto was the center of Japanese culture, producing famous art and literature. The samurai's struggle for power led to the Genpei War from 1180 to 1185. After this war, a new government called the shogunate was established by Minamoto no Yoritomo in Kamakura, separate from the imperial capital. This created a system where both the emperor and the shogun held power. In 1274 and again in 1281, the Mongol Empire tried to invade Japan. Both times, huge storms called kamikaze, or divine winds, destroyed the Mongol fleets. These events became legends, reinforcing Japan's belief in divine protection. Defending against the Mongols was very costly for the shogunate, leading to internal conflicts. The Onin War of 1467 caused Japan to split into many warring states, known as the Sengoku period. During this time, famous figures like ninjas and warrior monks became well known. In 1543, a Portuguese ship accidentally arrived in Japan, bringing firearms. This new weapon changed Japanese warfare. The chaos of the Sengoku period saw 3 leaders: Oda Nobunaga, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, and Tokugawa Ieyasu unify Japan. Tokugawa Ieyasu established the Tokugawa shogunate in 1600, which ruled Japan for over 250 years. During the Edo period, under the Tokugawa shogunate, Japan was peaceful but isolated from the outside world due to the Sakoku policy. For over 200 years, Japan developed a unique culture while keeping foreigners out. This isolation ended in 1853 when Commodore Matthew Perry's American ships arrived in Japan, forcing it to open up to trade. The shock from this and internal problems led to the end of the Tokugawa shogunate and the return of imperial rule under Emperor Meiji in 1868. The Meiji Restoration started Japan's rapid modernization. Within a few decades, Japan became an industrial power. It won wars against China and Russia, becoming a major force in Asia. Japan joined World War I on the side of the Allies but faced troubles in the 1930s with growing nationalism and militarism. This led to the invasion of China in 1937 and the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941, which brought Japan into World War II. The war ended with the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945, leading Japan to surrender. After the war, Japan was rebuilt with help from the Allies, adopting democracy and renouncing war. In the following years, Japan focused on rebuilding its economy. By 1968, it had become the second largest economy in the world, known for its electronics and cars. This economic success turned Japan into a global leader, admired for its technology, culture, and quality of life. Today, Japan's history shows its ability to adapt and change. From ancient times to the present, Japan has faced many challenges but continues to evolve with its past wisdom and innovative spirit.